Okay, speaking of personal stories, Lily.
Okay. Yes.
What is your favorite moment so far in Shine?
Oh. That's a... ones that don't break the law.
What? No, we have not broken the law.
Yeah, no, exactly. I honestly, so far, I think it is the ramen place we went to last night.
It was really special, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I lied. It was Scott pretending to be our manager.
Oh. Can I say it on stream?
Yeah, so Shiny for our hotel, gave us all keys. Except it turns out only Shiny's works.
Yeah.
So we got back to the hotel last night before them, and none of our keys worked.
Yeah.
We sat there for like 10 minutes, like throwing our keys at the door, just praying
Petting
it
the
would
door.
Yeah, we were
praying.
seducing the door. Nothing worked.
No.
Nothing worked. So Skep goes up to the desk and says that they're our esports manager.
So I went up to the desk and I was like, "Hi, we need a room key. Our keys aren't magnetized properly. It's a problem." And they were like, "Well, what's the name on the reservation?" And I gave them Shiny's name. And they were like, "Oh, well, can I see ID?" Obviously, I gave them my ID because Shiny was not there. And they're like, "This is not so and so." And I was like, "Oh, well, like." Hi, we took separate cars and I'm their esports manager. They'll be here shortly. And the dude gave me the key.
Yeah.
So
and that's the story of how we got in the room. And
when am I getting access to the team Twitter, Lily?
So our next match is 9 Save the Queen again. We're going to continue to see these players, I think, throughout the rest of pools. Mm-hmm. Stream decided that we wanted to look at the really famous people, right?
Yeah.
Which I don't blame them.
Speaking of famous people,
right? On the other side.
We have Fuwu and Marsh teaming up with Pico and Avril.
Yeah, Pico and Avril, both also historical competitive scene players. Pico used to be known for having an absolutely amazing heavy and ballpoint and splatlings in general, I suppose. And Avril, incredibly well known for her charger.
Yeah, I got to face that charger last night. It was not fun.
My condolences.
Yeah. And then Marsh.
Is Marsh.
What do I say about Marsh?
Chaos incarnate.
The mascot of Splatoon 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds right.
Fuwu with the mini on screen.
and Fusion, to plug for a moment, Fusion does 3D printing of weapons and Amoguses.
Can we show the Amogus? Hi, stream. Look at the Amogus that I'm holding. I'm holding an Amogus. Yeah. So, wait. So, this was the one from Shine, and this is the Amogus. This is the one from LTC. Yes. This is the one from Shine. Fusion printing different Amoguses for every LAN. So come to a LAN and get an Amogus from Fusion.
And also, visit their Twitter and online store. They sell, 3D printed weapons that are gorgeous.
Fusions?
Yeah. Yeah, Fusion's online store is gorgeous.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely beautiful 3D printed stuff. They do a full life-size Junior.
Don't you own one?
No, I have one of the small ones. I need to get one of the big ones, though.
I have a small one, too.
Yeah. They're gorgeous.
The Amoguses are a conversation piece.
That
I wore mine from LTC around my neck for a month, and people would stop me and ask me, "Is that an Amogus?" And I would be like, "Yeah." And this one time I met developers from Microsoft because of my Amogus necklace. So I'm just
What
saying.
if you just said no?
And it's not an Amogus?
Yeah. If they're like, "Is that an Amogus?" And you're like, "Nah."
People have eyes, okay?
Are you sure?
Amoguses are distinct.
Are you positive?
Am I being gaslit on stream?
Yeah. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll get a 9 Nya later today. I feel like with this cat's headset,
yeah,
we all have to get the Nya.
What is that Valorant trend? Like when you ask for a heal?
I suppose. We used to get 9 to do it way back in the day on Ink TV casts for Black and Spoon.
Oh, that is before I was born.
Yeah. It was before most of the current scene was born, I think. I'm aging myself a little bit.
Oh my gosh, you have been in the scene for a hot minute, Lily.
Yeah.
Not to throw that on you, but Splatoon 2 is coming to an end. For all of which, from my understanding, you have played competitively.
Yeah.
Is there a moment that you look back on and be like, this is Splatoon 2? I guess we could talk about it after Albacore.
Oh, I mean, I can give you the answer right now.
Oh, okay,
it's
go
when
for it.
Gold Arrow was meta. That was the best thing.
Oh,
And we should go back.
No.
That's it. We're going to see a double 52 gal on the side of Booyah Bomb.
That is toxic, Marsh. We're going to have a talk about that.
I mean, Marsh is toxic, so that doesn't surprise me at all.
Clearly.
An interesting comp there with lots of range for Booyah Bomb. I think Nine Save the Queen is going to struggle with that.
Yeah, and they do have that blaster to try and keep that chip up. Vincent going around from that left side into the zone is going to be able to get the first cap of the game. Just 152 and one Kenza Rapid Blaster left standing. Look at this footwork from Vincent Gamer. You're a TO.
Vincent making me proud on that junior. And doing a fantastic job so far, Nine Save the Queen is in holding this space. Might lose this zone very soon, though.
Yeah, well, they have that charger and a blaster in order to... Ooh, Avril, please. Borceyah Bomb in control of that zone, but quickly going 2 down. Popping that Stingray in defense, going to keep that in that choke to keep them from pushing in. But Nine Save the Queen getting the cap anyway, maintaining their lead. Ooh, sheesh.
Absolutely a sheesh on that one. Nine Save the Queen is needing to play a lot more forward than I think they want to because of the range of Booyah Bomb. They need to make them uncomfortable. Beautiful bomb there coming out of Vincent. I expect nothing less.
Yeah, ooh, getting picked by Avril, however. They are going to be able to extend their lead here. 9 coming up from that side, trying to put pressure on the charger. Avril being forced to dunk, and that's exactly what you want if you're 9 Save the Queen. That you don't want is Borceyah Bomb to be able to work their way in to cap that zone and have 2 members down. Dragonudo trying to go for Avril, does get the pick, but Borceyah Bomb maintaining control.
They're doing a fantastic job of that as well. I'm honestly not sure which direction this is going to switch. I'm loving seeing all these Booyah Bombs coming up for pressure. Pico here with a beautiful shark hitting at Vincent before they even get to that zone.
Yeah, Pico just sharking this side, going to get... Ooh, Ninja getting that pick on that 52, but Marsh coming in. This is just a scrap in mid with 9 Save the Queen currently in control of that zone. The longer they maintain control here, the more beneficial. Obviously, it's splat zones, but I would add that the 17 is not a large penalty to clear, but great pick from Avril. Just Stingray's doing Stingray things on Albacore zone.
And that is a wipeout for 9 Save the Queen. Booyah Bomb moving on up and taking control of their right and left sides. And that's exactly what you want to see on this map. You want to force them to fight you before they even get to that zone.
Absolutely. We have Fusion up on that right side, putting pressure on that bridge. This is very well possibly going to be a lead slap in favor of Borceyah Bomb. Avril and Confusion going to take on this 52. That is lead for them. Fusion dropping back into the zone on that Rapid Blaster, having to deal with so much. The 2 players forced to jump. Are they going to get out? They do. Great jump out from Fuwu.
That said, they're still contesting this zone even though Fusion has jumped out and doing a fantastic job of it. They might not even surrender that cap.
Yeah, 9 putting some prey on the zone, but it's just Vincent and 9, and that's going to be quite difficult. 9, the only player left standing. A Rapid Blaster cannot live a squad march. Toxic.
I'm not surprised. Marsh told us before the game started yesterday that his goal was to squid bag each of us once. And I think that applies to everyone he knows. So I think we're going to be seeing a lot of those squid bags coming out from them.
Yeah, it's different on land when you know your opponents, right? And you're friends with them. You went out to dinner with them the previous night.
Yeah.
And hypothetically at a ramen restaurant.
An hour before closing with 20 people, yeah.
Yeah. You know, being able to be like, hey, like, I'm going to get you. I did personally make a bet with a dear friend of ours.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Marsh has also made similar bets. You just got to do what you got to do for your own honor, right?
Yeah, and honestly, Marsh just said that if he wants to win the weekend, he has to squid bag all of us. But, I mean, in the case of some of us, it means that he has to splat us first. You know?
Which is not always an easy task. Oh, they cut it right before the squid bag. Oh my God. You know, all of us have different win conditions this weekend.
Yeah.
I already won by being with you.
Wow.
Come on, Lily. You can out-cheese me.
Oh, every day is Christmas when I'm with you because my gift is your presence.
You pulled that one on the train. I can't
Listen,
hear it again.
they didn't hear it on stream though.
You know, Lily's the world's biggest cheese ball.
It's true, yes.
It really is, and I love you for that.
What kind of cheese though?
Ooh, whichever one Magic likes least.
All of them?
Yeah. You would be a nice, soft sphere of queso fresco.
How about a sphere of those, like that pizza mozzarella that's like nice and stretchy?
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you think Nine's favorite cheese is?
It's a good question.
Can we have
Nine's
staff
also
ask?
pretty cheesy.
Nine, I was scared to meet Nine.
I think everyone's a little bit scared to meet Nine. Nine has the appearance of a cool guy,
Yeah.
but the personality of a massive dork.
Oh, no.
And I mean, I can say that because he says that.
Oh, that's so sweet. Everyone up there is such a lovable dork.
That said, we're moving into our second game on TC Sturgeon.
And here we right on go. We do see Dragonudo on that splash that we saw previously. Avril on that B Charger for that Segway. That's going to be great in their defense here, especially at that first checkpoint, sticking with that double 52 comp.
And Fusion moving over to that Junior. Now, Fusion, I know they love their rapid blasters, but that said, Fusion's Junior is immaculate.
Yeah, and just very agile player. Vincent in taking on that player, getting the pick on mark, but Avril coming in clean from mid. Aggro Charger for the win.
There's something so satisfying about watching a really good Charger.
Yes.
Of which Avril is. I know she doesn't play comp a whole lot anymore, but she's by no means rusty.
And that's just, ooh, speaking of Avril, geez, sheesh Louise. That is a delayed wipe on 9 Save the Queen. Avril going to push up 2 cheese here with that march, apply as much pressure onto window as they can, and they have that Stingray ready to go as that armor comes online.
And honestly, I don't blame her for taking such a strong position. What is 9 Save the Queen going to do about it except throw a Booyah Bomb? They have nothing.
Yeah, and that first checkpoint has fallen. It is just one member of Borceyah Bomb left standing. Dragonudo trying to get the pick on that 50. He does get the pick on March. There's one more on that left side. That is a good, solid cleanup there from 9 Save the Queen.
And now, 9 Save the Queen has managed to stop them before too much of a snowball here. Only the first checkpoint was cleared. And really, that second one is the one you need to watch out for. So as long as things are going okay up till then, well, no problem.
Vincent on that tower, popping that armor. Ninja up on that window as well. I really like the formation here. 3 down on the side of the Borceyah Bomb as 9 Save the Queen does clear that checkpoint. They are going to be able to pull lead here. Vincent throwing bombs up on that window. This is just a lot of pressure, even despite Avril bringing out that Stingray.
And honestly, that Stingray is really the only contention on that tower. Now, that said, 3 down is a pretty good contention.
Yeah.
But Avril already moving up and getting back into position to retake this mid area, and they're going to have to mount a pretty strong counter push.
Yeah, and honestly, but it's not, do they really need a strong counter push? Because both teams are neck and neck in essence because of the fact that neither of them have really gotten to that second checkpoint. 9 Save the Queen very quickly going 2 down. Ooh, Ninja going for a very cheeky flank. Does get the pick on Avril. That is huge. They're not going to have their tower right at getting the pick on Confusion on that Junior as well. 9 Save the Queen very quickly turning the tides in this game. Ninja popping off.
I had prepared a speech about how that was a bit of a throw, and then Matt just wouldn't let me say it, I guess. A reverse commentator's curse, I suppose. As seeing as Matt is also a commentator, getting some beautiful picks there.
Oh my goodness. Vince once again on this tower. That Booyah Bomb putting up pressure on window. Borceyah Bomb going to have to figure out how they want to approach this defense because Vincent is going to jump out, but not jump out, jump in. Oh, Avril cleaning that up.
And staying a little bit too close for comfort there. Avril taking perfect advantage of what's in her open field, which is exactly what you want a Charger to do. So already getting ready to push this on back and hopefully get something moving. A minute and 40 seconds left, and needing to push 2 second checkpoint makes me a little bit nervous.
It does. And 9 Save the Queen still having control of mid, right? And they have that 52 Ninja up on that cheese. Marsh pushing up that left side does get picked, however. Avril going to find themselves in a sticky situation because the entirety of 9 Save the Queen knows that Avril was the player that they have to move, and that's why we saw Ninja take that aggression that they did.
Absolutely, and the bomb rush coming out here from Dragonoodle on the left is going to do a lot to hold some territory and stall Booyah Bomb from moving on into mid. A Fusion here trying to get something going, but going to fall down into that bottom area and going to go down before the teammates come in for the help. Pico moving on up with that tower, going to try to get a few more picks to try to get this moving. There is 2 down on 9 Save the Queen, so if they're going to do something, it has to be now.
And they have that Booyah chain ready to go. The 1 comes out on window, and now the 1 is going to come out on pit. 9 Save the Queen barreling towards that lead. There it is. They are at that second checkpoint. I apologize for Borceyah Bomb. That raid coming out, going to put pressure on Spawn. That second checkpoint has fallen. They have 30 seconds. They can find themselves in a KO situation, especially with a wipe on 9 Save the Queen. This is going to be a knockout. Here we go.
Wipe out.
Lily. Look at them high-fiving up on the stage. That's so cute. Oh, my God.
My favorite part is that 9 Save the Queen is looking a little aggravated. Now, I know they're just in thinker mode. You know, they're just like, how can we counter this? How can we figure this out? But the crossed arms, I'm just like, there might be a fight coming.
Oh, ooh.
In game, of course.
Yeah, take it out on the battlefield.
Well, and where better to take it out than Rainmaker Snapper Canal?
Oh, God. Oh, you know what? I think 9 needs to ascend a little bit because God save the Queen.
Oh. Yeah?
Yeah.
Hashtag free 9.
Excuse me.
That's also before your time, but surely someone in chat gets that.
I don't get it, but I understand that it was intended to be funny.
Well, I appreciate you laughing.
You're welcome, Lily.
Oh boy. Well, things have been, contentious. Things have been contentious.
Yes.
Up until that last 30 seconds, I was convinced 9 Save the Queen was going to take that.
Mm-hmm.
Not only did they get an unfortunate wipeout at the end, which we like to call the Trey Limeade special, Snapper Canal Rainmaker is also prone to that as well, where you can have a commanding push and then just slip for 1 second.
Yeah, and the opponent pushes street, and then you're just in trouble.
Yeah.
That's all it takes on Rainmaker, right? You showed me that this morning.
Maybe. Maybe I did. So I'm interested and nervous, I guess, to see how 9 Save the Queen is going to adjust to stop that mistake.
Yeah. Well, very quick. Ooh, Dapples in the hands of Marsh. Oh my God, I love that.
The Dapples are the Marsh Rainmaker special. Now, Marsh is famous for getting, top 1 in the world in Rainmaker.
Avril, heck, getting that devil on that left side. They're going to be able to swing this right on left and start situating themselves for a very, very, very strong push. Marsh is famous for many things, including very clean Rainmaker handling, nearly getting it on top of that block. That is not enough to feel safe in their lead as they go 3 down. Boo getting the peck on Dragonoodle. Will they be able to get Vincent? They do. They have successfully provided jumps. That is 3 down on the side of Borceyah Bomb, on the side of 9 Save the Queen. Very nice baller pop there. Going to be able to, oh my gosh, they can push off of this. Boo is popping off up there.
Fusion, an absolute rampage through the enemy spawn. Going to be able to keep this push going a minute into this game. Marsh just not letting go.
Yeah, and getting up past that, onto that 35 point is so huge, right? Because you've situated yourself for a strong push. Vincent having no choice but to reset it, but they only have 1 player left standing, being Dragonoodle. Pico trying to push up past that window, does get picked by the K-shot. 9 Save the Queen once again on their back foot.
Dragonoodle doing a fantastic job there, stalling 9 Save the Queen and trying to regain this foot. 9 Save the Queen needs to be able to just stabilize a minute. Things are panicky. I can feel it.
Oh Oh my gosh, Fusion is just on fire with that. Oh my god, pop off less gamer, be less cracked. They avoid that Rainmaker Blast, going to throw that Torp, providing just what is Fusion not doing?
Fusion has toggled a switch here, has said, I know that y'all saw Game 5 last round, but we don't want that. We want to be in and out of the stage and just show our best.
We want to go play Splatoon 3 test fire. Oh my gosh, 19th the Queen trying to go in, does get shut down, but there are only 2 members of Borceyah Bomb left standing. Unfortunately for 19th the Queen, one of those members is Fusion. They do need to get the pop in the blaster. Is not something that could quite simply just contest that. 9 popping that inkjet, using it to try and pop that Rainmaker, but does get shut down once again by Fusion. Marsh and Avril very cleanly spread out. Marsh going straight for that left side, going to bring that over to left hill so they can push off this too.
That is a theme with Marsh and Rainmaker. If it is open, if it is anywhere near open, Marsh is going to be holding it. And I do not blame him, especially holding a Dapples. You get so much more range and power when you pick up that Rainmaker.
Absolutely. Vincent popping that armor. 9 does have that inkjet ready for a defense, but you don't want to burn things too early. It is a 4v4 situation, and Vincent is working their way up that left side, but Fuwu is there. Does get the pick on that Junior. Now in a 1v1 against Ninja. Unfortunately, does lose that. Ninja coming around behind that Fish, who only has 27 seconds left to live, but does go down in that Cubby. That Cubby is incredibly important. Great pick there on Pico, because that Cubby does make it much harder for your opponents to push, even if you manage to go down.
And this is a moment we need them to take a breather. They need some time to just regather themselves and the map before they can get this push going. I know there's only a minute and a half left, but they do still have some time to breathe.
I need a time to breathe because Ninja is up in that street. We are in a 2v2 situation as they have to fall back in order to get that pop. It is a 7-point lead that Borceyah Bomb is holding on to. That could fall at any moment, but Fusion says no. Gets just a fantastic pick on that Rainmaker and is successfully holding street while the rest of their team comes out of spawn.
And honestly, this is a battle of the Rapids in mid, making me lose my mind. This is what I'm talking about. Fusion's Junior is immaculate. Fusion's Rapid is something special.
Oh my gosh, I just simply have not seen a Rapid play like that. Borceyah Bomb does bring that towards those left bunkers, does go down in the process, but they have shifted the battle line so far away from mid with only a minute left standing. If they keep paint downs, they can find themselves in an extremely favorable situation. Pico coming in, getting the pick on Vincent, does try and push up the spawn, but does get shut down by 9. That is great for 9 save the Queen, but they have so much work left.
Honestly, they have quite a ways to go. Only 35 seconds left in this game. That time that they had to breathe earlier, they have burnt through. There is no longer time to take your time.
No, and they only have 2 left standing. Make that one. Dragon Noodle left alone. Fusion coming in with that baller. Pico dropping on them with that 50. Borceyah Bomb in a significant advantage in the final 20 seconds of the game. They most likely are going to be able to deny overtime here. Marsh picking up that Fish, going to use that as its weapon. Vincent trying to approach with that bomb, but does get shut down by Fusion and Avril. Marsh just vibing up on that left hill, going to find themselves alone, but 9 coming in with that inkjet. Marsh ducking and weaving, unfortunately does go down. If 9 Save the Queen gets in here, no, Vincent coming in and shut down on the jump, but getting 2 on their way out. Unfortunately, it's just not going to be enough. That Rainmaker very well defended by Avril and Marsh as overtime does tick and come to a close. A clean 3-0 from Borceyah Bomb. Just fantastic play. And I have never, ever been more impressed by Fusion.
Honestly, Fusion's Rapid is truly something special.
It is.
You put them in an environment where they can thrive with teammates who can help paint for them. Immaculate. Absolutely immaculate. We're seeing hugs up on stage. All these players are friends. They've all known each other for so long. They've all been around the scene for ages. This is the part of a LAN that always just makes me happy.
It is.
There's nothing quite like demolishing your opponent and then standing up and hugging them.
And just the respect, right? Because everybody here respects good Splatoon. Everybody here has been playing Splatoon 2 for a long time. They know what skill looks like. They know what synergy is. They know talent. And just to just be able to face that and look at someone in the eyes and stand up out of your chair and just be like, I got you.
Yeah.
It's just, there's something so powerful about that.
Absolutely. And it's just so beautiful, and it makes everything feel better. It's hard to be mad at the person that you lost to when they're across from you wishing you GGs and you know them and love them, right?
Yeah. And
so the vibes at LANs are just immaculate.
It's it brings people together.
It really does.
I remember my first LAN and people that I knew and engaged with on Discord and competed against and with, and being able to see them in person, it's just, those bonds are never quite the same afterwards.
True.
For the better.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
And that's just something so special, and I'm a huge sap over it, as you know.
Yeah. And it just feels so good. LANs really are like nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
If you can go to one, I always recommend it.
At some point, as a competitive Splatoon player, which I assume that the majority of people watching in Twitch chat are,
Could be.
when you have an opportunity to go to a LAN, to spectate or to compete, do it, because it is an experience unlike any other.
Yeah. And I mean, speaking
look
of,
who we have
oh,
here.
yeah,
Hi, Marsh.
the one and only
Wait.
Marsh.
Can you give me a little dance in the hat? Would you please? You need water? No, water's... No.
Marsh himself here, getting a little bit thirsty. Gonna go hydrate a little bit. All good?
Yeah.
We're doing okay.
It's been a long day of screaming.
Yes.
My lovely gamers, Acropora, we are very loud.
What? No way.
No way. Unfortunately for me, when I get loud and I talk a lot, I get very phlegmy. So I apologize, because I don't... Normally when I commentate at home, I have a mute button to press.
That's the worst part too, right?
It's like I don't have a mute button to press so I can cough.
Yeah, and that is a bit of a struggle.
It is.
It truly is. But I mean, things here are just so nice. And if you're looking for LAN to go to in the future, you weren't able to make it to Shine for whatever reason, we do have Riptide coming out in a few weeks.
Yeah, Riptide.
And after that, Big House.
Go to Big House.
Big House in October.
I may or may not have a very large personal stake into this, but please go to Big House.
There you go.
That way I can go to Big House.
If you can go to something, I recommend going to either Riptide in the first couple weeks of September.
Mm-hmm. In Sandusky, Ohio.
Yes, I believe they still have spectator passes open for that, if not full registration. And then on top of that, you can also go to Big House, which will be the first Splatoon 3 LAN.
Oh my gosh.
Well, and Riptide will have a Splatoon 3 event, but it's like a side event.
Yeah.
It's not the main event. Of course, it's on release weekend for Splatoon 3. So,
Big House is going to be something.
yeah.
You know,
The very first Splatoon 3 LAN, like, I don't think anyone really knows what to expect.
No, are you kidding?
It's so hard to predict.
Everyone
even.
here just got their hands on the Splatoon 3 demo. We are all playing that for the very first time, and no, what do you even do? What do you even say? How you can't even play the maps? It took me too long to figure out how to get out of spawn. Like, too long.
You walk forward.
You know, but there were walls.
You walk around the walls.
You know, Lily, it takes me a little longer than others.
Did you know in Splatoon 2 you can, and in Splatoon 3 even, that you can paint most of the walls?
Did you know? I don't know if you got a chance to play it earlier, but those were walls. I could not paint those walls.
Oh, wow.
There were no walls.
My condolences.
No.
My condolences.
Oh. We are taking a very brief break in terms of getting players on stage. So we are going to have a little bit of a moment just to chit chat.
Talk about cheese some more? Is that what we're doing?
Oh, okay. So we're going to be taking a break to commercials. Play low ink. Do it. Also play SAC so I can commentate finals. You can't play SAC. I'm sorry. It's top 8 right now. I should know that.
Goodness gracious. We have staff here for SAC who doesn't remember whenever the tournament is. Anyways, we're going to go to a really quick break here, just a few minutes while we get things set up. Some players go hydrate themselves. And in the meantime, enjoy your